Good evening. You're watching Left, Right and Centre. I'm Nidhi Razdan. Tonight, Akhilesh Yadav tells NDTV the BSP and the BJP have fanned the flames in Uttar Pradesh. But is he just glossing over the Samajwadi Party's role in the riots in Muzaffarnagar? Why has no action been taken against the netas who made hate speeches there? Are we going to see more politics of divide and rule in the run-up to the 2014 elections? That's our big debate tonight. One of the most striking and disturbing fallouts of the Muzaffarnagar riots has been the divide between Jats and Muslims, the two politically dominant communities of western Uttar Pradesh who had, until now, a history of largely peaceful coexistence. But as Srinivasan Jain now reports, this new dangerous divide seems based less on genuine grievances and more on grievances manufactured for political ends.
इस हादसे से पहले माहौल ठीक था, कुछ ऐसे कभी नहीं हुआ था।
नहीं, कभी नहीं हुआ। इससे पहले
कभी नहीं था।
इससे पहले कभी नहीं हुआ।
शांति होती थी।
हाँ, शांति होती थी।
जाटों और आपकी भी।
हाँ, शांति होती थी।
हमारे गांव में कभी झगड़ा नहीं हुआ।
इस गांव में आज तक कोई विवाद नहीं हुआ।
अभी तक कोई विवाद नहीं हुआ।
नहीं जी,
आप और मुसलमान लोग शांतिपूर्वक
बिल्कुल शांतिपूर्वक प्यार से रहते थे।
कोई परेशानी नहीं है। 47 से कभी कुछ नहीं हुआ।
The Jats and Muslims of western Uttar Pradesh, once peaceful neighbors, appease now all but shattered. Ask the Jats and they will point to the incident in the village of Kawal in which two Jat boys, Sachin and Gaurav, killed a Muslim youth, Shahnawaz, who they claim was harassing their sister. In turn, they were brutally beaten to death by a Muslim mob. The police, they say, have made only one arrest. कार्रवाई हुई वो ठीक हुई आपको लगता है पुलिस की तरफ से?
पुलिस ने कुछ भी नहीं करा जी। आज जो करते जी, जो करने वाले थे उनका रात को तबादला कर दिया 10 बजे।
To hear Jats speak of Hindus under threat is surprising. Their community identity has tended to supersede their religious identity, reflected in their political choices as well.
In Western UP, because Jats and Muslims are the dominant group, their coming together was always the most powerful, social alliance. And Muslims already were very angry with Samajwadi Party. So if Muslim move towards Lokdal, then it is going to finish both Samajwadi Party and the BJP. But the BJP claims the Kawal episode reflects frustration even amongst Jats, with the state government seen to be taking pro-minority decisions at the cost of law and order.
समाजवादी पार्टी की सरकार चल रही है, ये तुष्टीकरण की नीति पे चल रही है। किस तरह से एक प्रदेश का मुख्यमंत्री टोपी पहन के प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करने आया, जो इतनी निराशाजनक है कि बहुसंख्यक समाज के लोगों को ये सोचना पड़ रहा है कि ये सरकार किस हद तक जाके तुष्टीकरण करेगी।
But Kawal may have been amplified by another more insidious strand of Hindutva propaganda spread by Sangh affiliates like the VHP, of love jihad, Muslim youth abducting Hindu girls.
ये लविंग जिहाद चल रहा है और सुनियोजित तरीके से चल रहा है.
It's another matter that the VHP has no proof. But the VHP in Muzaffarnagar claims their campaign has won them converts in the Jat hinterland, where their presence is marginal. The most dramatic demonstration of this, a Jat-dominated Mahapanchayat meant to demand justice for the two Jat boys killed, turns into a sword-waving mob demanding Hindutva and Modi.
They were expecting me to say something about Hindutva, and they wanted me to speak about Mr. Modi, and I think...
To praise Mr. Modi?
Not to praise, but to project Modi and Modi only.
As Prime Minister?
As Prime Minister.
If the Samajwadi Party was hoping the reverse polarization amongst the Muslims would work in their favor, they may need to hear this. The Jat Muslim domination of Muzaffarnagar has ensured that the BJP has only a marginal political presence here. But the aftermath of the riots could change that. It's now for all stakeholders of Uttar Pradesh's politics to reflect at what cost. With Tanima Biswas and camera person Xavier, Srinivasan Jain in Muzaffarnagar for NDTV.
And in an exclusive interview to NDTV today, Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav has blamed the BJP and the BSP for the riots that have left 43 people dead.
आपको लगता है कि ये जो घटना है, आप 3 घटनाएं गिनाई और जो 84 की पोस्ट की आरक ये बीएसपी ने मांगी थी, कहीं ना कहीं कनेक्शन है इन सबके बीच में कि एक तरह से कम्युनली सेंसिटाइज पोलराइज किया जाए लोगों को?
देखिए, अभी मेरे क्षेत्र में कन्नौज में एक साइकिल से व्यक्ति जा रहा था, किसी से टकरा गया, और जब टकरा गया तो वहां पर जो लोग खड़े थे, जानकारी की आपस में, तो कुछ ऐसे लोग आ गए जिन्होंने फिर वही रूप देने की कोशिश की। इधर कुछ राजनीतिक दल और कुछ लोग ऐसे हैं उत्तर प्रदेश में जो कोई घटना होगी उसको सांप्रदायिक रूप देने के लिए काम कर रहे हैं।
बीजेपी that are trying to polarize.
इसमें बीजेपी के भी लोग हैं, इसमें बसपा के भी लोग हैं, बीएसपी के लोग भी उसका लाभ लेना चाहते हैं। तो कहीं ना कहीं जो घटनाएं हो रही हैं और उसका राजनीतिक लाभ लेने के लिए, सांप्रदायिक तनाव बढ़ाने के लिए बीजेपी और बीएसपी के लोग शामिल हो जाते हैं।
You have implemented more than 1 year. Are you satisfied with your term? Because what your opposition constantly, even the Congress who you are supporting in Delhi, is saying the government should be sacked and dismissed.
इस सरकार जो फैसले सरकार फैसले ले रही है, और किसी भी रूप में कानून व्यवस्था और सांप्रदायिकता को रोकने के लिए जितना समाजवादी पार्टी ने संघर्ष किया है या जो समाजवादी पार्टी कर रही है वो करेगी।
Is it a very difficult time because elections are coming? Almost everybody will like to get the maximum out of it. Aren't you going through a very difficult time?
देखिए, चुनाव आता है तो बहुत सारे ऐसे सवाल आते हैं जो चुनाव के लिए रहते हैं केवल। इसलिए कहीं ना कहीं ये भी है कि ये तमाम घटनाओं को राजनीतिक रूप भी दिया जा रहा है और उसका राजनीतिक लाभ भी उठाना चाहते हैं। तो इस तमाम चीजों को रोकना होगा, जनता के बीच सीधी बात कहनी होगी और तनाव ना हो, लड़ने का सवाल खड़ा हो, सांप्रदायिक ताकतें आगे न बढ़े, इन सबको भी रोकना पड़ेगा।
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Home Affairs has issued an alert to the UP government for tomorrow, which is the day the VHP's Yatra for a Ram Mandir ends. It's cautioned the state to prevent any communal flare-up. The question, though, that we're asking tonight is whether this politics of divide and rule is something that we're going to see more of in the run-up to the 2014 elections. Joining us on Left, Right and Centre tonight from the Samajwadi Party, we have Gaurav Bhatia. Also joining us, Mr. Prakash Javadekar, spokesperson of the BJP and Rajya Sabha MP. We have Mr. K.C. Tyagi, Rajya Sabha MP, spokesperson of the JDU. Asaduddin Owaisi, Lok Sabha MP from Hyderabad, joins us tonight. Sankarshan Thakur, the roving editor of the Telegraph. And we have Nawazuddin Siddiqui, well-known actor who happens to be from Muzaffarnagar district, who wants to talk tonight to us about his own experiences and what he's feeling today, seeing the kind of situation that we are in that part of the state. But let me ask Gaurav Bhatia first. Gaurav, we heard Akhilesh Yadav blaming the BJP for what has happened, blaming the BSP for what has happened, not really taking responsibility for the SP's own failings. Let me first ask you, what about these netas who have made inflammatory speeches from different political parties, who have been booked under various charges, including incitement, who have not yet been arrested? Why is the establishment so slow to act on them?
Nidhi, I would like to say that whatever Mr. Akhilesh Yadav has stated is the truth, and he is just placing the correct facts to the media and to the people. It is important to know that it is not that the state government is not acting. The state government was quick enough to register FIRs in each and every case. Arrests have been made. National Security Act has a preventive detention has been imposed, and certain people have been arrested on the basis of that. Certain people who are to be arrested are absconding. So the police is trying to trace them, and the decision to arrest or not is to be taken by the investigating officer. In each and every case, the appropriate arrests, if required, have been made. If certain persons are absconding, they would be traced and arrested.
But not all of them are absconding. Gaurav, for example, the former Congress MP Saeed-uz-Zaman, he was willing to come on our program today. We were not willing to call him on the show, but he was willing to come on this program tonight. Mr. Hukum Singh of the BJP has been on different TV channels for the past few days. So it's not like all of them have gone into hiding. There are a couple of them who are absconding, yes, but not all of them. The point is, why haven't any of them been arrested yet for their hate speeches?
No, Nidhi, that is why you have to understand that during investigations, if the police and the investigating officer, they come to the conclusion that persons named in the FIR have complicity with the crime, then they would arrest the person. But nobody can decide for the investigating officer whether to arrest or not. So the media should not draw any presumption that people are not being arrested. In fact, many arrests have been made because of whatever has been done.
But
there
the
have been
political leaders
preventive
who
arrests
made the
as well.
most inflammatory speeches are not being
arrested
arrested.
under the National Security Act.
After all these days, my point is, and let me get Mr. Prakash Javadekar into this. Mr. Javadekar, even your own MLAs have been named. Now, this is cutting across party lines. You know, there's a former Congress MP, there's BSP, there's your party. The point is, shouldn't some action have been taken by now? Is it enough for Akhilesh Yadav to blame everybody else but himself?
First, let us admit and let us pinpoint the Uttar Pradesh government's complete failure. It is not the first incidence in Uttar Pradesh. After Akhilesh assumed office, more than 100 incidences. Every week there is 1 or 2 incidences. And 40 of them where people are killed or seriously injured. And this is really a frightening state of affairs. So government's machinery and law and order has been completely sidelined, and they are absolutely not serious. They are just into vote bank politics. So if anyone is to be blamed, it is the Akhilesh government.
Nidhi,
we should be blamed because they have failed to maintain communal harmony and law and order.
But
more than that.
But I'm saying that there are also BJP MLAs who've also been
I'll come to that.
Javadekar. Yes.
See, let us understand what is the trigger. 27th incidence, one boy killed by 2 youths was ewe-teasing, and those 2 youths were killed by the mob. And you make only 1 arrest. This is for your law and order. You could have immediately taken an action and stop what is happening. Then on 30th, that is the fateful meeting. After Friday prayers, there is BSP and Samajwadi Party leader Rashid Siddiqui, BSP MP Qadir Rana, and Congress leader Saifullah Zaman. All gave very provocative speeches, and there need not be any doubt about it because the DM was present on the dais. And he told your channel, why you are not repeating that?
Yes, I'm saying that.
No, 1 minute. He told your channel.
They haven't been touched, and neither have the 4 BJP MLAs, and then there's also a Congress MP. There are leaders of the BKU. I'm saying it's across party lines.
I'm telling you that if they would have acted on 27th first, if they would have acted very tough on 30th, I think the things would not have come to this stage. But they allowed that to happen, and DM now meekly says that he went and sat on dais and listened to all provocative speeches without taking any action because it was a sensitive
Gaurav Bhatia,
thing.
please do respond to that, because there is this very serious charge of inaction by the administration.
I would like to respond to
that. The DM,
let me focus.
the DM, which is the legal authority, who is saying to the NDTV that he was blackmailed by the politicians who said that if he did not attend the meeting, they would march to the communally sensitive part.
But I have another question for Gaurav Bhatia.
By blackmailing him, they are bringing him on stage, and DM sits there. What is the message you are giving to the larger community?
Okay.